For a few reasons. Oh, there we go.
Welcome to Zero Uncut. I'm Zero, as normal. Bobby was midway
And
through
I'm
talking.
Bobby. Yeah, he didn't really. He said, "Let's go,"
Yeah.
but we were continuing the conversation, so I didn't think he'd start it. But here we are.
Yeah, and we're joined by Leo from the Wrestling Retrospective, as normal. I can never say that. I don't know why it is.
It's English in you,
probably is, yeah.
even though he can say it. So I don't know. I don't know what the logic is there, but hey,
Yeah, no, I don't know.
He's from a part of England.
Yeah. Well, I'm not actually. It's worse down here, but yeah,
once the word gets past 6 letters, zeros out. He's done.
Yeah, I'm bugging. So
wrestling is the rare acceptance.
No. Yeah, that is. Yeah, it is. Right. Well, before we get into anything else, then we need to a couple of bits of news down this week. So I don't know if you guys have seen this, but obviously the thing about Odyssey Jones.
I never watched the video, but I did see he posted a video.
Right. Well, this is the statement. Basically, it says here, this is post-wrestling who put this on. It says, court records indicate the former WWE wrestler Odyssey Jones, his real name, Amari Palmer, was granted an order of protection against his former partner in September, shortly after reports emerged of his release from WWE. So basically, he's innocent.
Wait.
So what's the context?
Wait. So he was granted a protection order?
Yeah, he was granted a protection order. Basically, obviously, the original thing was when he got released because she accused him of domestic violence or something, or I think it's battery, or is it battery or whatever it's known as over there?
Yeah, it's bad. That's a term for it. Yes.
Yeah. And she was basically accusing him and stuff like that from when he started appearing on main roster. And she wouldn't stop and everything like that. So WWE released him due to the accusations. And then literally it was a month or so after he got released, he actually got, because he got released in either the July or August, and come to September, he actually got a protection order granted. So it basically stops her from contacting and everything.
Yeah. So he got one against her.
He got one against her, yeah.
Now that's saying she's the problem.
Yeah, look at that, yeah. So
interesting. That sucks for him.
But he's so he is now looking to try and take bookings in that again. Apparently, he's reopened it back up. But the reason why he's not been able to do anything yet is he's turned around and basically said in another bit of the statement as well, which I read, was he's obviously been told by the courts he can't do anything until it was made public, which was obviously a couple of days ago. It was. So,
and you've got to remember, it especially sucks for him the position he was in when he was released, and what was going to happen if he hadn't have been released, which was he was essentially going to take Big E's spot in the New Day, which would have been massive.
Yeah, that would have been big for him. But it seems like she had that thing against him, and she just wanted to ruin his career, really. And
unfortunately, that's how that happens sometimes.
Yeah, so that was that was that. So that just shows, doesn't it, that he was innocent all along. So all these people are like, oh yeah, he definitely deserves to be released and stuff like that. Basically, it shows that the IWC once again have jumps the gun on.
Oh well, you know how the court of law is, guilty until proven innocent. That's not correct, but that's how it is nowadays.
Yeah, true. But and one of the other big bits of news this week is the whole Corey Graves saga. So,
work or not?
Well, I don't know. Well, it started off with this statement, which I put up on the screen. So Corey put out, imagine chasing your dreams, then being told, not deciding that you're no longer physically able to do your dream. Then you dedicate your life to something dream adjacent and being pretty fucking awesome at it. And then when it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, being told you're not famous enough for your own job, in case you're wondering where I've been. So, by the signs of it, he was he was basically told he wasn't famous enough to be on main roster.
Well, also, didn't he have a lot of concussions, and that's what killed his?
Yeah, no,
that was the wrestling part. Yeah,
that was the wrestling part. This is the thing. It's apparently, according to reports, he's been medically cleared apparently for the past 2 years. But they've just not used him.
You're saying announcing wise, he's not. Okay. That's what I was I thought injuries killed him.
No, so essentially they're saying that Joe Tess is more famous than Corey, therefore that's why he got SmackDown and Corey had to go to NXT.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, yes, but
But for example, I didn't know who Joe Tess was until he came to Raw.
Yeah, but America knows him.
No, and I understand that.
Yeah.
But if you can have a 3-man booth on NXT, why can't you have a 3-man booth on Raw or SmackDown? Just have them both.
1 man per hour.
Yeah. But yeah,
I mean, obviously that's the thing there, isn't it? But now during the day as well, he also posted this one where he said, "I've got a lot to say. Don't miss NXT tonight." On the CW, and then he dropped like a hot mic thingy. But then it was then said a couple of hours later that he had actually been pulled from the show. Now it seems like maybe because he was threatened to do that he was
Well, it's funny. So when he did the first tweet about the dream thing, I was like, okay, this seems real. But then he plugged NXT, and I was like, okay, this is a work. But then they pulled him from NXT, and I'm like, huh, okay.
The thing is, though, one way or another, you're getting worked.
That's what I'm like.
Yeah. So the question is now then is which way do they do this now? Does he randomly just show up on one of the shows again in the coming weeks and he just
don't address it?
Or and they don't address it, or does he show up in the Royal Rumble and actually wrestle?
I was gonna say, what if he showed up in the Rumble?
I'll tell you where he shows up. Let's see, February 15th, about 4 a.m. my time, Australia. Is that the date for Grand Slam?
Yeah, no, he wouldn't because he.
Was it the 15th or the 16th?
It's 15th, I think.
Okay, 15th. I know it's like that weekend.
It's the same as Vengeance Day. It's the same day, but they're both on at completely separate times.
Well, as
Oh right, yeah.
The thing is, though, is as one of the other commentators on the main roster says, I've got some bad news for you, Bobby. He's he actually signed a new contract last year. It was a new 5-year deal last year. So Corey Graves.
But if they release him,
then granted. But now he's still under.
But then there's still 90 days, isn't there? So
at least it would be. All right, then. What's it called? Double or Nothing.
I can't. I can't see them releasing him.
If they release him tomorrow, he can show up at Double or Nothing.
I mean, the only way, the two things which I can see here is they're either going to just have him show up on TV again and nothing's going to get said, or he's going to show up in the Rumble and it's been a massive work.
I hope for the latter, just because it'd be nice to see him back in the ring after an extended leave.
And then, if you think about it, then as a lot of people have been guessing as well now, is Pat McAfee also shows up in the Rumble and they eliminate each other, or one eliminates the other. And that then sets up the Mania match between Corey and Pat. Basically.
Rumble is in Indy.
Yeah, I mean that's the option there. The only thing is, though, are they going to do it where Pat comes in from commentary again and just leaves Michael Cole to do commentary by himself?
They can't do that again. He would have to be.
But then,
So then they have, where's Pat? And then people will know he's in the Rumble.
Well, that's why originally I thought he should not return until the Rumble.
Yeah.
Netflix is too big.
Am I from?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that me or?
We're frozen.
Back?
Everyone froze then. I think the entire stream froze.
Yeah. Am I back or what?
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we got back. Yeah.
That's why originally I said that he shouldn't return until the Rumble, because that would be a legit return. He wouldn't be on commentary, so you wouldn't know he's there. And it's like, well, is he coming? Is he not? I thought that would have been cool, but
But no, the only way which they can do it really is if you have Michael Cole and Wade doing the thing, or you have Michael Cole and Joe. But then that's two play-by-plays, isn't it? Really, two lead commentators doing it.
Could you do it where the men's Rumble starts the show, which I know isn't a very popular thing to do, but then Pat enters number one, so then you kind of have it. So Pat's going down to commentate, and he's actually in the Rumble instead.
True. I mean, they did that a few years ago. They kind of did that a few years ago. But
Well, his music kept thinking that, and everyone thought the Rumble was starting.
I thought it was because the men's Rumble was first that year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What was the main event that year?
It was Roman and Kevin Owens.
Right. I remember marking out thinking McAfee was in the Rumble. I was so excited.
Yeah.
And then he went to the table. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And then he really didn't do much last year.
No.
Well, because he wasn't supposed to, was he? Oh no, the year before, whatever. Because it was that whole thing with Brock.
No, apparently his spot, that was always the planned spot. Brock had nothing to do with him. Braun Breaker took Brock's spot.
I thought it was a thing with Brock, so.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. That's going to be one of two ways. Is either Corey's just going to randomly show up on one of the main roster shows and not NXT, and they're just going to completely forget about it and not mention it ever again, or they will, like what you said, turn one of the booths into a 3-man booth or whatever.
Or he's going to bring Carmella on live. Or he's going to bring Carmella on live TV and reenact Edge and Lita.
She should be due back at some point, but so that's the bits there. I can't really think of anything else that's really come down this week. Any other bits of news that you can think of, really? Ray. That's the other thing. Ray Phoenix's merchandise has been removed from the AEW store.
I'm shocked.
His brother just showed up in WWE recently.
Yeah, but Ray Phoenix isn't coming to WWE anytime soon.
Yeah, when does this? I think they added like another year in like November or something.
They added another year because of Phoenix's injuries.
So pretty much he's gone 90% of the year.
Yeah.
He's essentially been Ricky Starked.
So if anything, he shows up in the Rumble in Saudi in 2026.
Maybe.
What a heck of a spot to debut.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, the funniest part, a couple of the coaches at my job are like casual wrestling fans, and I was telling them about the Rumble next year. Like, guess where it is? And they were saying like New Jersey, Philly. I'm like, no, don't think United States. So they're like, Canada? I'm like, no. They're like, and they're like Germany, Italy. I'm like, no, worse than that. And the one guy jokingly goes, oh God, it's probably like Saudi Arabia or something. And I'm like, you nailed it. He's like, no I didn't. I'm like, yes, you did. He's like, Saudi Arabia? I'm like, oh, yeah. He's like, oh, my God. He's like, I had no idea. He's like, I was just guessing not so great places.
I cannot wait for the Women's Rumble in Saudi Arabia.
Did you see the Power Rangers meme?
The Power Rangers thing,
Yeah, they're all going.
Oh, my God. I started cracking up when I saw the Power Rangers meme. I'm like, that is so accurate.
Yeah, my brother sent it to me, and it's going to be interesting.
That's it as well. One of the other bits and pieces as well is that we need to discuss is after obviously what happened at Raw on Netflix with Hulk Hogan, the company have decided to bring him in for the next Saturday night main event.
Is that official? I mean, I know I saw him in the advertisement, but apparently he was supposed to be there last time too, and he wasn't.
No, he's in for this one, and it's probably going to be wise because it's in Texas. So I mean, it's a very Trump state, so he might actually get cheered this time.
Well, let me put it to you this way: if they boom in Texas, we know.
Yeah, but people were saying with Hogan and Jesse Ventura in the same arena, there might be a repeat of Jack Perry and CM Punk. Basically, because
they're both way too old for that. Come on.
So, that they'll be setting up a WrestleMania match between the two of them.
Jesse Ventura doesn't even know where he is most of the time.
Yeah, but no, those two together in the same arena could be rather dangerous. So, but It'd be interesting to see whether the crowd boos Hulk in Texas or whether they cheer him. And that, because in that way, then you can tell whether it is definitely political or not. Because if they cheer him,
what is he like?
What
is he considered? Like the host, technically?
I don't know.
It'll just be an appearance on it.
Just an appearance, okay.
Because Jesse Ventura is technically the host of all of it, so it would just be Hulk will literally just rock up just for the
Now
shit.
wait, does Jesse know he's the host of it?
Probably
You know,
not.
it'd be quite funny if Jesse was talking and then Hogan's music hit, and he reacts like CM Punk does when Rollins' music hits.
You're like, ah.
He just starts losing his shit.
Yeah, that could be that could be quite funny, but
Jesse
so
tosses the mic like, oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, but no, yeah. So that's apparently what's happening is Hogan's advertised for it, and he's meant to be showing up to it. So so it looks like this one could be slightly bigger with Hulk Hogan with the thing there. But yeah, so that's that.
Is that a week from Saturday?
25th.
No, it's exactly a week before the Rumble. So
25th. So because it's 2 days before Goldberg's meant to be on Raw. So
Roman Reigns stuff as well.
Because we were saying when we last week that that there's a potential that he could show up. Well, there's every possibility that he could show up at Saturday Night Main Event because he's like 30 minutes away from the arena.
He's right there. Yeah. Like it's like a 30-minute drive.
and now with Jay and Gunther announced.
But Jay, I can't see Jay winning the world title.
No, but they could end the match in disqualification.
Or no, you just have Goldberg confront Gunther after the match.
Either that, or like I said, they end it in DQ. So Gunther still keeps the title. Technically, Jay wins the match, but Gunther wins. But Gunther still retains.
I know Jay can afford to take a loss.
It's Jay main event loss Uso. He loses every big match.
Yeah, he loses every big match.
But wait, so you're saying it would be Gunther and Goldberg and Mania for the title?
No. Gunther will drop before them because then what I'm thinking is on that 27th, Goldberg officially comes out and challenges Gunther, and maybe then they set up CM Punk versus after Rumble they set up CM Punk versus Gunther for the title. And that for that one.
So Punk fails to win the Rumble, challenges Gunther, drops the title, and then Gunther faces Goldberg at WrestleMania.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Right.
Because don't forget, CM
Punk from AEW math.
Then you could have Rollins win the Rumble, challenge Punk for the world title, and because then don't forget Punk's made of glass, so are they really going to give him a long run? So if they say have him win maybe the title at Elimination Chamber, then he can literally just hold that title then from Chamber to Mania. But you're calling him fragile, but putting him in the Chamber.
No. You don't put him in the Chamber. You have him face Gunther in the Chamber. That's what I mean.
I thought you were
so rather than put him in the Chamber, you have him versus Gunther as a match at Chamber.
Right.
So I'm not sure if Bobby's frozen or not.
My internet's
He's just
terrible.
in shock.
I mean, Punk did do War Games. That's the last thing I heard, by the way. I don't know.
But can you take those kind of risks so close to WrestleMania?
Well, Punk wouldn't have to be in the Chamber to beat Gunther.
No, I know. That was me just assuming that.
Yeah.
That's the part I missed.
Yeah, because I was going to say I do know that one of the world titles is going to be defended inside the Chamber this year. Now I believe that's going to be Cody's. So you're probably going to have Cody defended against all the others. So you're probably going to have Cody defended against Cena, Randy, KO, probably Solo, stuff like that. Basically,
if Cena doesn't win the Rumble, maybe
Yeah, that's what you're probably going to end up doing.
He won't win the Rumble
and sort of have it that way. No, he won't. Win the
Rumble. But if Cena doesn't win the Rumble, he's not going to be in a title match.
Why does he have to be in a title match at WrestleMania?
Shut your mouth, Leo. Anyway.
Well, I'm the biggest John Cena mark, and I don't feel like he should be in a title match at WrestleMania.
He's got to break. But that's what I'm saying.
But why does it have to happen at WrestleMania?
Why not? It's the best place to do it.
Leo,
I don't know if you know this, but WrestleMania is kind of like the biggest show of the year.
I know, but it doesn't need to happen on the biggest show.
I don't know if anybody told you that, but
I was going to say the thing is,
you should do it at Payback or something. Like, come on.
Well,
I'm
somebody.
Joking.
I was just saying like Payback.
Roman won his Universal title at Payback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Roman. Yeah, you know what? I got it. Let's just do John Cena at Backlash in Mexico. Perfect.
Yeah, but no, what somebody brought up a good point last night. It was, I completely forgot what I was going to say now. I can't remember what it was now. What we talking? Oh yeah, Cena. Cena and that. No, the one who's going to beat Ric Flair's record is going to be Charlotte. A Flair is going to beat a Flair.
Even like,
That's going to be the thing.
come on.
A Flair is going to beat the Flair.
What is she at now? Like 6 world titles? Like,
no, like way more.
She's had more than that. Charlotte's going to get to 17.
I think she's on 14.
Are we counting?
I think
NXT in that?
I think they do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Are we really counting NXT in that? Come on.
Yeah.
My question is: are they counting the Divas Championship into Women's Championship as 2 reigns?
Yeah.
Or 1?
That's like 3 or 4 reigns that really shouldn't be on there.
Count.
Yeah. So that brings it down to like 8.
Well, it says online she's 14-time world champion. That's what it says. WWE officially recognized her as 14-time world champion. So I've just looked.
No way.
Yeah. That's the Divas one.
And she did it in like the first 8 years or something. It's like ridiculous amount of time to do it. So if Rick's record's going to get beat, it's going to be beat by Charlotte. That's what they're going to do. But then if you ask Rick himself, his record is 20 odd. So
yeah. So, but no, that's what they're going to. That's who it's going to be. It's going to be Charlotte beat
Rick's also drunk half the time. So
yes, so he'll claim his record's like 75 or whatever, so it's never broke. But you know,
well, I think Rick always, I think he adds on his NWA world titles as well.
Probably
which then ups it even more.
Yeah.
So wait, okay, hold on. By peers and critics, Charlotte Flair won a total of 14 world championships in WWE, excluding her 2 NXT.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So it's technically she's 16 now already. With the NXT.
Well, you've got to remember that her and Sasha hot potatoed the women's title like 6 each.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. It's when the draft after the draft in 2016.
So Raw Women's Champ 6 times, SmackDown 7, Divas once.
See, no, because the Divas one should count as a women's because it changed. The title changed.
No, they count it. Yeah, they're counting Divas. It said once.
They're counting the Divas as the official one. So yeah, it's the official WWE record. So yeah, so technically
So if they wanted to count NXT, it'd be 16.
It'd be 16.
Yeah.
No. Give it.
But then we risk the fact that they might give her the title off Stratton at WrestleMania just to get her closer to Flair, which would be the worst decision they could ever make.
That's what they're going to do, I reckon. Because did you see the picture last night actually as well from her?
There was Flair and Stratton together. Yeah.
No, there was a picture last night. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
Charlotte was at NXT. I didn't.
Charlotte was at NXT.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, Charlotte was at NXT.
No.
Yeah, she was. Hold on, let me just bring up the picture because I got the picture.
No, Flair, not where.
She was backstage.
She was.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just log in and get the picture. I'll bring it up.
No.
That's why I was like, I watched.
No, she wasn't on TV.
Where did she show up?
But she's teasing a new faction and a new group. Let me just get the actual picture up. Hold on. Where was it?
With who?
So it's her, Mercedes, Tony Storm.
Wait, what?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought you were going to go her, Mercedes, Bailey, and Becky.
No, that group would never last. It would never work.
I originally thought that when they were teasing the 4 Horsewomen thing last night, that Charlotte's music was going to hit on NXT. That's what I thought last night. Originally.
So wait, so like what? We're going to see Roxanne versus Bailey at like the Chamber or something?
We're probably going to see Roxanne versus Bailey closer than that, I expect. Hold on, wait, let me just look at it.
Just on a random SmackDown. Because what show is Bailey on now? Because I don't know what show anybody's
on SmackDown.
She's on SmackDown.
Everyone's still like mostly on the same, apart from like Braun and the Wyatts.
That transfer window. thing.
Right.
I don't mind them doing that as long as some point they show us like the official rosters or whatever, so then we know.
I think they have to do a legitimate draft in August or April.
Right.
So do it like just second Raw for WrestleMania.
Yeah. So Charlotte posted this picture last night. So that was Charlotte with Jakara and Lash Legends. So she posted that.
Is that Cher?
Charlotte in the middle.
Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend? That's Cher. Wow.
Yeah. And she posted on there. She goes, "Some girls want to be princesses when they grow up. I want to be in a bad girl. I want to be in an all bad bitch girl gang, basically." So it looks like that's her teasing for a thing. So yeah. So
she wants to take two girls who are already in a group and put them in a different group.
Well, yeah. Well, she have been. They have been teasing though that she's like she's coming back with a completely different dark persona to what we've seen before. So I mean,
well, she's a Flair. Everything about her is a dark persona.
And let's be real, Metaphor's kind of dead.
Yeah. So I mean, coming in with them, isn't it? That, and I don't know whether you've actually been watching like Charlotte's teasing and stuff, but like. There was one the other day which she posted as well, where she was sat in front of a load of production screens, like WWE production monitors, and she was sat there, and the caption that she put on it was, "It's all about the game and how you play it," basically. And then she had Triple H's music playing in the background of it. So it's like, that's her. That's
time to bury that talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she wants to be the Triple H of a female evolution. Essentially,
basically, yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah, they're probably going to do a female evolution with Lash and Jakara, and then she's probably going to be the leader of it.
So she wants to play Triple H, but they want to bring someone in who would play Flair.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's not
Flair
playing Flair.
No, yeah, that's what I mean.
Flair is not playing the Flair.
I mean, it's basically that, but obviously it's not going to be that one. But no, but that was obviously one of her teasers that she was doing, and obviously being backstage at NXT last night as well was quite interesting that she was there. So, I mean, which show is she going to show up at and stuff like that? Now that's going to be the next question.
Well, it's not going to be NXT, is it? Let's be fair.
No, it'd be SmackDown, won't it, with Tiffany? So. I don't think she's back to the Rumble. She's going to stay off now to the Rumble, then she'll come back then. That's going to be obviously the only logical thing that I can think of, really.
She's been out over a year. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I haven't missed her.
So.
I haven't missed her. Give me an Alexa Bliss Rumble return. The goddess. Not that lily carrying freak doll. No. Alexa Bliss, goddess.
Yeah, but you know what they're going to do then is obviously once Charlotte comes back to Rumble, the next year she's just going to hold title after title after title. She'll have like seven title runs this year, basically, coming up after she returns. That'll be what they'll do it as.
Charlotte's favourite game is hot potato with titles.
Yeah, that's what she'll do. She'll probably win the title off Tiffany, drop the title to somebody, win it back again, drop it again, win it again, drop it again. And that's how they get it.
And y'all don't want Cena to break it.
I would love Cena to break it. I just don't think it'll be at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I would love Cena to do it as well. But realistically, I know, and even Triple H has said this, Cena does not want to. Cena doesn't want it. He doesn't want
let's do it at SummerSlam then. I don't mind. I'll be there.
That's fine.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't want to take the spot away from somebody else at WrestleMania, and he also doesn't want to he's mainly coming in to put talent over. On his retirement tour, he wants to come in
for 6 years. Give him a few wins.
Cena in it, really. But But we've just spent the first half hour of the show now, basically going off track completely. But that's fine.
Yeah, Raw and NXT don't need to be reviewed.
I mean, well, we'll quickly go through some bits and pieces, obviously. So
here, I'll give you a Raw review right now. It happened.
All right, okay. So
I produced Black through most of it because your Netflix broke.
Yeah, well, Bobby only got halfway through.
It buffered, and I'm like, okay. 10 minutes after, it was still buffering. I'm like, okay.
You need
to get back in.
Basically,
I was at work. What do you want from me?
Sort it out. You should have told him sort it out. Basically, should shout at the management and be like, "Where's the internet? Why is it not working? I need to watch Raw." That's what you should have.
They didn't have water in the building a few weeks ago. You think they're going to care about internet?
Get me on the phone with them. I'll sort them out.
Yeah, like they're going to be like, "Why are you watching when you're supposed to be working?" Well,
like, wow, I'll be like, I've authorized it, and they'll be like, okay, sorry, sir. They'll be like, oh god, he's British. We better listen to him. That'll be the thing. Yeah. Right, yeah. So just quickly then, so we had CM Punk open up the show on Monday. He declares himself for the Royal Rumble. Seth comes out and says that he's being part of the Royal Rumble as well. Drew McIntyre's music hits, and Drew also says he's going to be part of the Rumble as well. So there we go.
So none of those guys are winning.
Nope, none of those guys are winning it because they've already addressed that they're winning it. So
which means Cena ain't winning.
Seth didn't say he was winning.
Yeah, Seth didn't say he was winning it. So that's the thing. What people have got to know.
Seth said he was going to eliminate Punk.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you say you're going to win it, you don't win it.
If you're going to say you're going to win it, you're not winning it. And Punk said he's going to win it, and Drew said he's going to win it.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
so maybe second time in 6 years, Sethy boy.
Yeah. So Seth never said it. So
2-2.
Yeah, because if you notice as well, the last 2 years when Cody mentioned that he was in it, he never mentioned that he was winning, and he won them. So I mean,
well, didn't he say I have to finish the story?
Yeah, but that was it. Yeah, that's what he said. But
not saying I'm going to win the Rumble, isn't it?
No,
it is in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you notice as well, Seth was like heel for that one as well. So they seem to have turned Seth heel now already. Seth keeps going on about Roman as well, and so does Drew. Drew keeps going on about Roman, so obviously, that's coming up soon as well. So yeah. We then move on then to Chad Gable versus a mystery opponent, which turns out to be Penta. I will reveal the worst kept secret in WWE history, but I will officially reveal now that seeing as Penta has now joined the actual proper company now, I have officially unblocked him on Twitter. So because he was blocked on Twitter, but I have now officially unblocked him on Twitter because he's joined.
Wait, time out, rewind. Hold on.
What?
You blocked Penta?
Yeah, he was blocked when he was in AEW. Most of the AEW roster's blocked for me because they blocked me back. So.
No. They blocked you or you blocked them? That's what I want.
They originally blocked me, so I blocked them back.
Okay. But you're still blocked somehow.
No, Penta's unblocked me. I'm unblocked.
Penta joined WWE and said, "You know who I got to unblock? That Zero guy."
Yeah, yeah. So,
Mero. Zero, Mero. There we go.
Obviously, Penta had his family at ringside during that match, and that's who that girl was at ringside. Because I've seen a couple of comments online of people turning around and said, "Oh, they're really bringing in young fans now to try and put people over and stuff." That was obviously an AEW who said that, and it's like that's
I saw a funny tweet.
That's his daughter.
I saw a funny tweet of one of the podcasts I listened to, and it said Penta's daughter is crying because she knows she doesn't have to hug Tony Khan anymore.
Oh God!
I was like, "Oh, that's a good one. I like that."
Well, let's listen to obviously what this what this review is on here. It says after the match, Penta is interviewed and thanks the fans. Called WWE's new home and speaks in Spanish I cannot translate. So that was
Mero.
That was Leo obviously that one there then saying he can't translate the Spanish, and that's fine.
My editor was like, my editor was like, Penta showed up, and I'm like, you're going to be in for a rude awakening when you see him and Rey Mysterio on the screen at the same time and realize they're not the same guy.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, wait till Ray Phoenix shows up and it becomes even more.
And then we got hologram.
There's what's the other one as well? There's rumors as well. I've seen it. I can't remember who it was. One of the other ones, Lince Dorado. He dropped his title on the independent scene and turned around and said he's
coming back.
Yeah, apparently he's coming back. I think it's Lince Dorado. It's one of the other luchas. It's either Lance Dorado or it's what's the other one?
Grand Metalik.
Might be,
Great Middle League.
It's one of them. I can't remember which one it was, but I seen the report down yesterday where apparently, he dropped his title and someone said he's going back to WWE or something. So, so more than likely coming back into NXT.
Great. We're gonna this war between the LWO and Legado del Fantasma is going to be massive by the time this is finished.
Yeah, there's going to be so many loot.
It's going to be like the NWO of old. Everybody, you're in. Let's go.
It's the storyline's winding down. So instead of the bloodline now, we're now just going to have luchas all over the place, aren't we? That's what it's going to be.
You want to join the LWO? Can you speak Spanish? A little. All right, good enough. Get in.
Oh, well, as much Spanish as Joaquin Wild can.
Well, no, it's just simply, do you want to wear a mask whilst wrestling? Yeah, you're in. And you'll have CM Punk joining the luchas for that soon and stuff,
Cover your eyes or cover your nose and mouth. That looks good. You're in.
Okay, you're in. You're a lucha. Well done. Congratulations. Part of LWO. There we go. So that was that one. We then move on then to Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser. After the match, we have Bron Breakker, who was in the crowd, face off with Sheamus. And I do believe they not announced that for
Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, so those two there. Can you see a title change there, or can you? No, it's not for
No, as much as I would want to see one, no.
No.
Sheamus just re-signed. They're gonna. They got time.
Yeah, they're gonna stretch it out, aren't they? Next bit then we have is a backstage segment between Karrion Kross and The Miz. It is now announced that the Wyatt Six have been moved to SmackDown, so it seems that.
Yeah, why?
That's the question.
I think
it does mean that the Final Testament won that feud.
Yeah,
which I see as an absolute result.
I mean, it's
the first time Karrion Kross has won anything in years.
Exactly, we're on the up.
It's probably because Raw has the bloodline. Raw's got the bloodline now, so they've obviously had to give SmackDown something. So they're giving the Wyatt Six fans to SmackDown. Basically, that's what it is.
Paul Ellering won the feud. I love it.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so he won that one. Next one we then have is Gunther comes out. He says basically, what was it? He was impressed with the status. No, he was impressed with the stature of last week's show, but in ring he was less than impressed by people who should be caring a lot more about the World Heavyweight Championship. Out comes Jey Uso, and it sets up a challenge for Saturday Night Main Event, which we've already obviously covered. So Jey. Gunther accepts Jay's challenge and then leaves, and then that match is then made official for Saturday Night Main Event on the 25th. Next bit we then have Lara Valkyria versus Dakota Kai for the Women's Intercontinental Championship semi-finals. Lara Valkyria wins and is the Women's Intercontinental Champion. That one. So,
according to me, Dakota won it all. So
yeah. Do you think that was the right choice, giving it to Lyra, or do you think Dakota won it, or what?
Really? Yeah, I'm good with it.
I think if they treat the women's IC title like they do the men's, and it's the working women's title, then Valkyria puts on good matches every week. It fits the criteria of the Intercontinental Championship. So I think it's the perfect choice out of everyone on the bracket.
And let's be real, Dakota would have blew out her knee in the process. So.
Yeah,
terrible to say, but true.
Yeah, this could then also tease a further little bit about them then potentially breaking up damage control a bit more. Not for it, but I mean that's obviously that there. We then move on then to Sami Zayn versus The Miz, which was made earlier on in the night. Sami Zayn gets the win there. That doesn't surprise me. Sami Zayn seems to be on a winning streak at the moment. So
yeah, The Miz
it's a streak that will result in nothing.
A streak that will die soon.
Yeah.
No, I can't see anything coming from it. I mean, there was some speculations of that which I heard on a stream last night, which I was in, of what about if obviously they're saying about all this betrayal and stuff in the bloodline. Of what about if Sammy's the one that betrays the bloodline again, and he causes them to lose their matches and stuff.
Well, we've done this before, and it's just rinse repeat. And
yeah, I know. Yeah, that's a Vince McMahon job of that one is if that happens.
Yeah.
We then move on then to a segment involving, Rhea Ripley comes out. Nia Jax, for some reason, shows up as well. And then Bailey shows up for it.
Well, Bailey's in the crowd because it's in her hometown.
Yeah, Bailey's in the crowd.
And then Nia goes, "Why are you here?" And it's like, because she's from there.
We never said Nia was the smartest.
No.
Yeah, she proved it last week on SmackDown when she couldn't cut a promo.
Yeah, we go. Yeah, so Bailey, in the review it says Bailey, she asks Rhea permission to interrupt and then calls Jax a big dumb idiot. So yeah, makes sense, doesn't it really? So that was that one there. And then we move on then to the main event, which was Finn Balor versus Damian Priest in a street fight, in which Damian Priest won after Balor was put on like a stretcher and everything like that. Now, do you think that this is the return of the Demon coming after this? Like, are they going to have another match? Are they going to get the Demon back for it?
The Demon thing died years ago when he lost to like Roman and the whole top rope thing happened. And yeah, I don't know. It just, if the Demon does come out, it's something I really take it seriously. It said the loss to Roman, the loss to Edge inside Hell in a Cell. It just, it doesn't mean what it did in NXT, no matter how much you want to try and revive it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, when Edge almost murdered Balor in Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Legitimately almost murdered him.
But yeah. Well,
so I mean, if it results in the Demon, then cool, like for the aesthetic. But as far as caring about it as an investment, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, that does make sense to me, really. Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether he's going to bring the Demon out, whether they're actually going to do another match, or whether that feud is officially done now. It could obviously then cause the breakup of the Judgment Day, which I do believe is coming.
No, right to the wall.
Yeah. One other thing which I found quite funny was after Raw went off air, there was a lot of reports coming around to say that apparently a lot of backstage talent were upset because Penta went over his time, but the show ended half hour early. So and apparently, apparently he went massively over his time frame and stuff like that, and he caused a lot of things to get cut from other segments, but they finished half hour early. So
welcome to WWE, kid.
So yeah, it's how can they say that things were cut and that, and like how could there be all these reports of backstage talent were unhappy and he went over time when they've got no time constraints on NXT. They can on Netflix. Sorry, they can finish at any time.
Yeah.
Netflix is basically 2 hours. So you could be 2 hours 1 week. You could be 3. You could be 2.5. You could be 4. Whatever. So,
no, thank you on that. 4, 2.5 is the sweet spot.
So, but I mean, yeah, I don't understand that report. So why they were even produced, because it makes no sense, and everyone else is picking that one up as well. It's like, how can somebody go over their time frame when there is no time frame?
When there is no
time limit, And it didn't seem like they cut anything else out because they finished half hour early. Fine if they cut the wire and stuff.
I think when Balor and Priest went out so early, I was really confused. I thought maybe, and then when Balor got stretched out, I thought they were going to do something else with Priest and kind of set up a next feud, and they didn't. And the match finished, and it was over.
Yeah, and we were like, oh, okay, but but apparently he went over his time frame, so that's that didn't happen at all. I would say, that was Raw. They turned around and said though, apparently the reports that have come down is that's what Raw is going to be like now going forward. Really. We're not going to see what it was on Netflix. The first Netflix one was just the corporate sort of thank you to Netflix and stuff, and it was sort of done differently. But what we had on Monday is apparently what Raw's going to be like going forward. So
fair enough.
Yeah, really, which ain't too bad. And it's gone back to the old stage again. So looks like no new stage or anything like that really. So yeah, we're keeping that stage for it.
We got a new ring mat.
Yeah, which is the black one with all the sponsorships over it. But yeah,
They took Fortnite out of the middle, which I thought was better.
Yeah, but to be fair though, you can't make the joke anymore of the Fortnite star standing on top of the Fortnite logo when it came to John Cena standing on it,
No, true.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was weird as well that John Cena never showed up this week, considering obviously he's meant to be back doing this retirement tour. They had him show up on the Netflix show. Now disappeared again.
He's retired.
You know,
He's retired. It's over.
He'll probably now show up again on bloody Royal Rumble now, won't he? But
Probably.
yeah, I do think though he's only doing 38 dates or something, so it kind of makes sense. Yeah, moving on, moving on to NXT. Obafemi opens up the show. He insults Eddie Thorpe and warns him. Tony D'Angelo comes out and says that he wants the NXT Championship next. Basically, they talk about Rich Holland as well. Rich Holland comes out to ringside, brings out a picture of him standing over a beaten down Tony D'Angelo. They start brawling to the back. In the ring, Eddie Thorpe attacks Obafemi with a strap. So again, it looks like they're carrying.
I mean, a detail that I understand why they did, but Eddie Thorpe didn't whip Oba with the strap. He just put it around his fist and punched him with it. Which, for the connotations of history and stuff, I don't get why they wouldn't just treat it like anything else.
No.
It's just one of those things like, why use a strap then? Like, just use a normal weapon.
Yeah. So, but I mean, they're it obviously looks like then that they're continuing on now with the Eddie Thorpe and Obafemi feud.
Yeah, they're having a match next week.
Yeah. One of the interesting things, did you see Obafemi's tweet this past week?
Nope.
About
Uncle Dwayne.
Yeah, he
I saw the Busted Open radio thing.
Well, he basically turned around and said that if Dwayne interrupts Obafemi's main event again, there's going to be problems. So you know what I want now? I now want Obafemi versus Dwayne Johnson.
Obafemi would fuck the Rock up.
That's the thing, So Oba versus
maybe
the
Rock 10 years ago, maybe might have a shot, but old man Rock.
No chance.
No. So that's that one there. And then we move on then to Stephanie Vacura versus Shotzi in a number one contenders match for the Women's North American Championship. This one surprised me that Shotzi got the win.
Yeah.
It surprised me. I would have thought Stephanie.
Yeah, unless they saving it for somewhere down the line.
Yeah, it was a cheap. I guess Stephanie versus. I guess they'll put Stephanie title match on pay-per-view, but.
I would say that I'm glad that they're not using, the new signees of Julia, Stephanie, and Zarya. They're not having them all just win all the time. At least they're kind of having them lose and stuff. And I think the only thing that I missed off, or the only thing I thought was going to be on NXT because somebody reported it, was the Battle Royal thing that for the women's normal contendership that didn't happen on. At least I didn't see it.
Yeah, where was that?
That was actually mentioned because they done it and they done because they even done a men's one because Eddie Thorpe won the men's one in Florida as well, where they to then get a shot for that one, and then Lola Rice won the women's one to be able to do it, but they did something and said points. So so that was that one there. But it quite shocked me that Shotzi won that one. I would have thought they would have had Stephanie doing it, but. I'll tell you now, I've seen quite a lot of upset people saying, "Oh, why are they burying Julia and Stephanie and stuff like that already?" Because they're not
Julia.
Well,
to be fair, a loss does not mean they're buried. There's one thing where it's like it annoys the hell out of me when people say someone's buried if they lose one match.
You know what the IWC is like, though. That's the thing. No, but like I said, you know what the IWC is though. Like it's like, oh, they take a loss, oh, they're buried.
No,
and like,
stupid.
I seen a lot of people kicking off last night because they're like, how could Stephanie lose to Shotzi? And that like, oh, they're burying her already and stuff like that. She should just go to a different company or she should just leave because they had Shotzi beat her.
Back to AEW.
It's like, it's like, no, shut up, IWC, we then move on then to Ethan Page versus Dante Chen. Ethan Page wins this one. After the match, Ethan removes Dante Chen's boot and puts his leg behind the steel steps and tells him to stay out of his business until Javon Evans comes down. But Page obviously manages to already punch his broken jaw that was on the stairs. So, obviously that's going to be the future feud, isn't it? Is Page and Javon Evans and Ethan Page is going to get that massive push now because, of course, he's had that rock rub, hasn't he? He's had the. So he's
figuratively and literally.
So he's got the rock rub, so he's going to be getting pushed massively for it. What do we move into next? So we then had Unholy Union versus the Meta Girls for the number one contendership match for the women's tag team championships. The Meta Girls won that one, which is obviously Charlotte Flair's new group. Looking at it, all the ones that Charlotte Flair was with. So they now get Bianca and Naomi for the women's championships at some point. Did they say when that match was going to be, or
no? I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they put it on Saturday's main event just to get that matches on the card.
Probably, yeah.
Because you can't. It's not like there's a pay-per-view a week later, so you can't
you're just
really
gonna get
throw.
No. I mean, the only other one which I can think of is maybe they bring Bianca and Naomi down for Vengeance Day, February.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, they could do that, couldn't they? Like, bring them into NXT and they do the match then, because then that would boost up the number as well.
Just to throw it out there, you could have, if Cargill returns in the Rumble, you could have Cargill cost Bianca and Naomi at Vengeance Day against Legend and Chikara.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, can you? Yeah. Obviously do it that way, and then that frees them up then. But for some reason, though, there was a report that came down. I can't remember who reported it, but apparently they're saying now that they've worked. There's two different scenarios for the whole Bianca and Naomi thing, and it's going to be that it's going to start the feud when Jade comes back, but somehow they're going to get the titles off them without taking a loss. So I don't know how the hell they're going to do that, but.
Do you mean the thing they could have done all them weeks ago when they could have just stripped him of the title?
Yeah, so that's what it seems. That's what it seems to be. Is that they're probably gonna they're gonna split them up or whatever. They're probably just gonna drop the titles and that. They're probably just gonna have the title stripped off them, basically, and just sort of do it that way. So then they can start doing it that way. Yeah, I don't know why, but that was the report. I can't remember who reported it. It could have been WrestleVotes, but I'm not 100% sure.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and then we move on then to Kalani Jordan versus Cora Jade. Cora Jade actually got a win, but it was her birthday. That's probably why.
Oh, that's why they gave her the win.
Yeah, it was a birthday.
I watched it last night, and I was watching the match, and I'm like, "There's no way Cora Jade's winning this one," and she won, and I'm like, "Is this are we?
Yeah.
Is this real?"
Yeah. It was a birthday yesterday, so that's probably why. So
yeah,
I have
What's up?
I have maybe a theory as to why they gave Cora the win. As per the person sat in the crowd during the match.
Yeah, Masha. Yeah, Masha
was in the crowd.
Oh,
so whether Cora might
okay.
Well, I think she might show up in TNA at some point and have a match with Masha.
Well, they've got a pay-per-view coming up, haven't they? So Cora could show up there and then obviously challenge for that title. I mean, that makes
sense.
Genesis
on Sunday.
That's it, yeah. So she could even show up on Sunday. No, and obviously sort of show up there and then either take out Masha or challenge Masha after the match or something, isn't it, really? For that.
And then Cora's right back to her losing ways.
Yeah. But it kind of depends. Like, as someone who actually keeps up with TNA, Masha's having a very extreme match at Genesis, so I don't know how they'll have it. So it's because I assume she'll be all bloody and stuff. I don't know if they'll want to share that on it. Is she having
a cage match or something?
No, she's having a Ravens House of Clockwork House of Fun match or something, like Clockwork House of Fun match.
A random one, yeah. All right, fair enough. Yes, that's
something to do with Raven.
Yeah, fair enough. And then we move on then to the next match then, which was Nathan Fraser and Axiom versus OTM, which is obviously, as I said last night as well to somebody, it's out of the mud, which Dave Meltzer never is. Dave Meltzer's always in the mud, so that's the way we try to remember it. It's what Dave Meltzer never is versus Fraxium.
Uncle Dave.
Obviously Nathan Fraser and Axiom won that one, so they are still NXT tag team champions. Did you want to say anything on that one? Because you were saying something there, Bobby, or did you want to bring anything up on that one?
No, I was just commenting on it, Uncle Dave.
Fair enough. Side note, DIY were in attendance and watching Fraser and Axiom celebrate. I reckon, again, that could be another Vengeance Day thing. Maybe they come down and they do maybe like champion versus champion or something, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Do something like that. Because why would they bring them in? That's the only thing. Is like they wouldn't really have them just standing there, DIY and that watching Fraxium, unless they're obviously planning maybe like a title versus title or champion versus championship match or something, and that
maybe
what I'm saying. So Vengeance Day, I can see that happening. And then the ending segment of the night. First of all, before this happens, we see a car randomly show up and somebody walks out of it. Female.
I know those feet anywhere.
Yeah, well, loads of people were trying to guess in that, but then everyone.
I watched after the fact, so I knew it was Bailey.
I also watched it after the fact, so.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, okay. Once I saw the feet, I'm like, oh, hi, Bailey.
Yeah. So Roxanne Perez comes out and she talks about her 276-day title reign. Said that she wanted to make women's wrestling special and about how NXT attracted women from all over the world because it's the best division. She congratulates Julia, but without her as champion, But without her as champion, the division of NXT is now lost and doesn't need her anymore.
And they don't deserve her.
Yeah, they don't deserve her. Bailey comes out for a standing ovation to shock Roxanne. Bailey comes out and starts talking about how Roxanne is at a crossroads in her life, but she can learn to adapt. Perez cuts her off, telling her she didn't ask for her advice. Basically they just go back and forwards and stuff like that. And then it ends with Bailey being struck by Roxanne to end the show. Apparently CW cut that bit off at the end.
Yeah, wow. Bailey dropped her, and then that was it.
Oh, they rolled after on Netflix.
Yeah, it carried on. So yeah, we had a little bit more, but
I saw. What I saw was Bailey drop Roxanne to the ground, and that was it.
No. It carried on a little bit afterwards and stuff. Yeah, they did a little bit of a brawl, but because I think I think it got released somewhere. I can't remember who released it. It might have been CW or whatever, or WWE. I think they might have released it for what happened after Netflix went off air. Oh, sorry, for what happened after NXT went off air.
So they gave Bailey and Roxanne a little overrun, but not Dwayne. No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but Dwayne could have just basically turned around and told DW fired in that, and basically
True.
And he could have just gone, I don't care about your news. We'll just when I provide the news, I am the news. Basically, that way. So you know what he's like. Like he could have just showed up on the news broadcast and slapped the shit out of all of them because they started complaining. You know, they're like, Dwayne's got enough money to pay to overrun for an entire news, basically. For it.
He's got a little money to his name, I'm sure. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you were frozen a minute ago. Well, that's the end of the show then. So, what did you think about the shows in that this week? And
they were terrible. Contemplated my life watching them.
Fair enough.
You only watched one of them.
Barely.
Yeah.
I skimmed through most of them.
Yeah, that was fine.
Tonight, though.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Obviously, this Friday we have the return of the year, being Solo Sikoa. He's returning to WWE. He's returning finally to WWE.
He's been long gone for 10 days.
Yes, so it's the return of the year incoming. He's going to be good. Now the question is does he acknowledge Roman? Does he accept it, or are they going to continue this on and he refuses to do it, or is he left in the middle of the ring by Jacob taking him out because Jacob doesn't trust him anymore? That's the interesting question as well. So,
did you guys see the meme I sent the other day? It was The Rock. It was obviously Photoshop, but The Rock's in the ring with Solo, Jacob, Tamatanga, and Tongaloa. and Rock's like, and speaking of which, Tongaloa, where were you?
Yeah, how did you botch so hard that you forgot to show up or something?
Yeah, he's like, did you botch so hard that you forgot to show up and help Solo?
Yeah. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he did do that. So
I'll have to find it again, but it's so funny.
Yeah, I've got it. I think I've got it saved on my phone, so I'll.
I'll have to go through, but I should be able to find it.
Yeah, but yeah. So that was so that was the show this week. We are done. Have you got much coming up? Has anyone got much coming up on their channels or anything that you want to promote?
I have a video. I can promote that next week because there's still a lot of time before that. Go check out my NFL predictions video. I think I have a stream coming up this Sunday. I will be having Shoop back on the channel, so that would be cool.
Cool. Yeah.
11:15 Eastern Sunday morning before football, folks. Don't worry. I'm crazy. I'm not that crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
What about you, Leo? You got anything?
In a couple of days, my Mount Rushmore of wrestling comes out. My video for that.
Stolen property.
I put that Bobby said that I could do a video on without stealing from him.
I say a lot.
Earlier today, a video of John Cena matches I'd like to see in 2025 dropped. But yeah, just lots of stuff coming out on the channel at the minute. Just over this month.
That's cool. You got your signs, Bobby, or
John Cena versus Kenny Omega?
Yeah, let's not do that.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not do that. So as per normal then, so hit that like button and subscribe to myself, which is at For You Wrestling. And I'll pass it over to the other guys to promote their own channels. Over to Leo first then. Let's go.
Yeah, you just go to the Wrestling Retrospective, and the Instagram, I think it's like the _wrestling_retrospective as well, to find all the links to videos on there as well.
Yeah, and Bobby, sure I know where you are, but you might as well go for it. So
go subscribe to Bobby's Breakdowns on YouTube. Go follow Bobby's Breakdowns on Instagram, and go follow Bobby's Breakdown on Twitter. And if you don't, well, whatever. I don't care.
And if anyone wants Bobby's address, DM me and I'll send it to you.
There you go. Please show up.
So you can either just show up at his house or just start sending him letter bombs or whatever you feel like doing. Just
we could watch wrestling together. Come on in.
Well, you say that Bobby never watches wrestling anyway. He crashes YouTube on purpose to then say that.
I've never hoped to watch wrestling. So.
Yeah, so so you can show up. You can sit in Bobby's bedroom until he shows up.
There you go. Just have the lights. Just have the lights out until I get home, and then I turn the lights on, and you're there. That's the best part.
So actually, don't message for Bobby's address because I'll probably send you somewhere random.
He might
about address basically.
He might accidentally give you his address, and then that's a dangerous.
Yeah. Well, that'll be that one there. But yeah. So, thanks for watching this week. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week. This is Zero signing out as normal.
And I'm Bobby, and the other guy.
I'm Leo.
And we will see you later.
Yeah.
Bye.